That was a sort of okay reverse E minor bar chord. And there's a reason we did that. Music Theory Monday, number 14. If you're new, stick around. Let me earn your like and your sub. Got lots of great peeps here. Now, we did C major. It was the very first Music Theory Monday. We went around the whole chord wheel, the circle of fifths, and we did every single key. I showed you how to build all the chords. You got to understand what the 1 chord is major, the 2 chord is minor, the 3 chord is minor, the 4 chord is major, 5 chord is major, 6 chord relative minor, and then the half diminished. The lonely half diminished chord. All right, so today we're gonna tackle E Phrygian. So look at this little overlay below, and then I made you a nice chord chart, linked in a description, but we'll get to that in a minute. All this is, people get so confused over the modes because it's just a different starting point. What do you notice right there between C major and E Phrygian? They have all the same notes. It's just here you're starting on C, and here you're starting on E. All right, so that's all it is. It's just a different flavor. Now, the beautiful thing I want to emphasize when I drop the chord chart on here in just a minute is you can start and run a C major scale right in the Phrygian mode. You can actually start any of them. It's just where you start from, and it just puts a vibe. It's a flavor, right? So Phrygian, if it's the 3rd mode and it's based off of, okay, got an E minor chord, it has a dark minorish sound. So let's get to the chord chart right here. Boom. Or slowly fading in if my editing's any good. So if you notice it, this is the way my guitar teacher taught it to me, and what I want to do for you is kind of show you a few of my favorite modes with the root note and the low E. Because last week I did Dorian, right? And today, right here, you've got this. Now, my guitar teacher wrote it out a few notes higher. I ended up landing on G. I start on E and finish on G, and that's great because G's the minor 3rd of E. Now, why does this have a dark flavor to it? Why does it have that vibe? That's all modes are. Certain bands, artists, your favorite performers, when you start learning these modes and starting sinking into your ears, you're gonna start to see it's just another tool. It's just another piece of information, a pathway in your catalog of where you wanna get. So, right here, boom, if you look at that E, now again, on this chart, what I want to tell you, I have it right here, get it. I put the certain notes in pink because I just want you to know those are all the minor notes in the key, right? And then I put a circle around C because that's where this mode's coming from, the key is C major. But we're starting on E. So if you run it, E to F is what? That's a minor 2nd. So right away, you're already setting this up with a darker tone, right? E to F, minor 2nd. And then E to G, that's actually a minor 3rd interval. So these are the distance between 2 notes, E to F. And we talked about that in all the first 12 Music Theory Mondays, so check those out. So you see, just these first 3 notes has a vibe, major vibe. You know, to give you a real world example, I could be wrong on this, but I'm thinking I'm right. You guys tell me. You guys know the song Just Like Heaven by The Cure. When he does that run, he's running that like pedal toning, that high in there. He actually plays that right out of C sharp Phrygian. Okay, so again, it just adds a certain vibe, a certain feeling. If you think about The Cure's music too, not to go on a tangent here, but just to give you a little of frameworking here, they're a very dark band. So a lot of darker bands, some of your artists, like they write in more minor E keys, or they write chord progressions that are modal. Okay, we'll go into all this, but check this out. So without context, harmonic context, it doesn't have much, but you can clearly hear this is a darker mode. Now here's what's cool, look. If you go right here to the 5th, E, F, G, A, B, C, start from C and just run from C to C and you run the C major scale. Look, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. See that? So you can run it right inside, okay? So maybe do this. If you're by yourself, play an E minor and just let it soak in your ears. Okay, now watch what happens if I play E minor bar chord and then I run a C major scale. Still sounds majory, but it just has a different flavor. That's all these modes are. Don't get confused on modes anymore. Don't shy away from them, don't run for them, and don't cry about it, okay? You can cry a little bit, but see that? See, you can create little riffs out of it. There, I just did a little riffy thing right out of E Phrygian. All right, so that's how you can do that. Now, what you can also do is play a C major bar chord, okay? And then C, just do this. Just strum it, give me on an acoustic, and I'll get into the looper pedal in a minute. If you don't have a looper, just play it, record a loop in your phone, okay? Or it won't technically be a loop, it'll be you playing the same two chords for like a minute. But watch this, C, and then slide into practice. Maybe stop on different notes. See what kind of vibe you get. See, there you go. I landed on C. It pulls us back to the tonal center. Like if I'm playing C, the tonal center wants us to pull us back to landing on a C. So if I land, we're not resolved. Your brain's like, your brain freezes up. You're like totally paralyzed. So if I land on this A, I'm like, what's going on? Although I could have done, there's your A minor right inside of there. Also, I want you to notice this on the chart too. I put, as you guys know, I hammered triads on here. Here's an E minor triad. So see what kind of grooves you can come up with using bar chords and just triads. And here's a little link to the triad playlist I did too. All the major minor triads, and I make you chord charts just like this. From my heart, and I seriously, I want to help you guys get this stuff. Just, it's little things. Actually, I went out for tacos today, and the guy that was served me, we were talking guitar. I know he plays, and he was talking about how confused he is about pentatonics. And I know this stuff can get really confusing, but if there's one thing you can take away from today, just practice this pattern, okay? Okay, practice this E Phrygian pattern. Now, do these patterns exist all over the neck? Yes. But if we bite off more than we chew, we're going to get confused and we're not going to have anything to add. We're just going to have confusion, frustration, and we're going to cry. Okay? We don't want that. Now watch this. Here's a loop. This is just C to E minor. Now watch. I'll play it the Phrygian scale. Shank, I threw in a blues note there, all right? All right, now let's see what happens if we just put C, F, G in there. No minor chords, but we're still gonna play in the E Phrygian mode, which has a darker minor-y sound, all right? So here's C, F, G, watch. Let's try it. But to me that definitely has a cool vibe. It's almost got like this melancholy, it evokes a certain emotion, and that's all you're trying to do with music. Is you're trying, when you're in your room playing by yourself, or you're playing with friends, or you're in a band, or you're writing a song, you're hunting for these vibes, these emotions, these like ear candy sounds. So right there, playing an E Phrygian over C, F, G, which is the 1, 4, 5 in the key C major, which is why, if you have no idea what that means, you need to watch Music Theory Mondays, all of these, and just build that house to your foundation. So I want you to watch the one from last week where I teach you Dorian, okay? Okay? And you can link these all together. It's really hard to play the modes and talk at the same time. But try and practice by yourself. So maybe do this. To wrap this up, sit around with your acoustic, go on the couch, get a nice spot, chill, get a tasty drink. To me, today it's iced coffee. And you know what? Maybe play C, E minor, D, and see if you can create little licks, little pathways inside of the D Dorian, okay? Triads. There you go, triads. All right, that's it. So, I've spoken enough. Grab the chart, grab the Phrygian, at least watch the one from last week so you have Dorian. I guarantee you, you probably already know the C major scale. Okay, so just run the C major scale. Try right here, like a C bar, D minor bar, E minor bar. If you want to play it in a different place, go ahead. Create little pieces of riffs. Just take one piece of this Phrygian scale like I just did and use that to build out your catalog. And you guys, if you keep doing this, it just becomes more fun, more fun, and more fun. And I know there's frustration involved in this. I'm actually gonna create a little playlist where I'm gonna start doing this finger picking thing that I've never done, and I suck, okay? But I want you to see, and I'll just show you a sneak preview of this, okay? Where I'm gonna pick, okay, this is off topic, but it's on topic because you need to know that I struggle too. I'm gonna pick the E, and this is all finger picking, okay? I'm gonna try and do it on acoustic, whatever, but E, and then I'm gonna pick the G, and then I'm gonna pick the D and the G, so it's like this. Okay, now that part's a little tricky, but then I'm gonna pick the E and pick the B, and then pick the D and the B. Now, I'm going to try and put those two together and see what I can come up with. And this is what I'm talking about. Like what I just showed you right here, all of this, you're learning a language, right? All these terms, all these crazy words. Then you're trying to learn different starting points and side of scales, and then the scales and the modes are all over, and then there's triads and there's intervals. But I'm here to help you connect the dots, because when I help you, I'm actually helping myself, right? This is great brush up for me. And do I know it all? No. Will I know it all? No. But that's what makes music cool. There is no end game. So let me know how you do. Drop a comment. Definitely check out the videos I'm going to link here in just a minute on triads and on Music Theory Mondays. Check out the couple videos I made a couple days ago. And if you're new, we'd love to keep you. Drop jellyfish or your favorite sea creature in the comments. If you don't know what that means, you will understand soon. Oh, and I have some jellyfish logos I'm working on for the new merch line. I'll put that in a poll. Pick your favorites. I'll probably do 3 to 4, but I'm going to try and keep it simple and cool. And that's it. You guys, don't stop. Only you can stop you. You won't stop. You'll keep going. See you in the next video. Later.